2.1 Introduction to Functions. You may have noticed that mathematical notation occasionally can have more than one meaning, depending on the context. For example, 3, 6 could refer to the order pair where x equals -3 and y equals 6. Or it could refer to the open interval x less than 6 and greater than -3. Similarly, in this section of the textbook, we will use the notation f of x. It may surprise you to find out that it does not mean to multiply f times x. It will be important for you to gain an understanding of what this notation does mean as you work through this essential concept of functions. So we're going to be using, instead of using the word y, the letter y, we use the letter what? F of x. Okay. Learning objective: find the domain and range of a relation. 2, determine whether a relation is a function. 3, evaluate a function. Now remember, you have do now. You need to do now. That's a vocabulary you have to search on the internet or in the book to find the meaning of those words, and then write them in your own, in own terms. Okay. Now let's take a summary of the lesson rules and quick review. The domain of the relation 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 7 is the domain is what? It's all x values, right? So it's going to be what? 1 and 3. We will not repeat the 3. Some of you will say 1, 3, 3. No, don't repeat it. And it needs to be in order. The range is consists of what? Consists of y. Okay, so here is going to be 2, 4, and 7. The relation is not a function. 3 in the domain correspond to both 4 and 7. That's why it's not a function. So if 3 give you 4, and then you come back and you find 3 and it give you 7, that means it's not a function. Because to be a function, it has to be 1-to-1. Yani one input, one output. Okay. Now let's take a look at the next one, a notation. If he's giving you a function f of x equals 7x minus 5, and he's asking you to replace x by what? A plus 2. So instead of having x, we replace it with what? A plus 2. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to replace x by what? A plus 2. And then what's the next step? Distribute. So you get 7a plus 14 minus 5. Now the next step, we're going to do what? Combine like terms. So 14 minus 5, how much? 9. And that's your final answer for f of a plus 2. Okay? Clear? Move on. Here you have notes. I made notes for you, so you go through those notes. Remember the vocabulary that you search on the internet and in the book to find their meaning. You have how many words here? 4 words. So fill in each blank so that the resulting statement is what? True. That's your assignment. There's a relation here. I need to find the domain. So the domain is going to be what? All x values, right? What is x values? 3 and 4. That's it. Easy? Easy or hard? Easy. So I'm gonna just do like this, okay? Curly brackets. Now, what about the range? 4 and 5. Easy as easy? All right, let's move on. Second objective, determine whether a relation is a function. Okay, take a look at this relation. Is the x is repeated?
Yes.
Is x is repeated?
Yes.
If x is repeated, then it's not a
Function.
If x is repeated, then the relation is not a function. Now, is x is repeated here? Yes. يبقى نكتب ايه؟ not a function. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Let's move to the next one. Determine whether a notation relation is a function.
Yes.
Is x is repeated?
Yes.
Is not repeated. Then it's what?
Function.
Function. Clear? Move on. Now we're gonna go for the second objective, which is what? Evaluating a function. Evaluate. So we're gonna replace x by how much here? By 0. So every time you see x, you replace it with what? With 0. So how much is x here? So your final answer will be what?
82.
Right. Easy as easy? Next one. H function called h. H of what? 4. So how much you replace x by what? Replace x by what? 4. So it's going to be 3 and then squared plus a 5. Extra line. Now how much is x? 4. 4 squared how much?
16.
Times what? Plus what?
5.
So 3 times 16 how much?
48.
48. 53. So your final answer h of 4 is equal 43. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one. Yes, sure. Sure. All right. Now let's go to the next one. I will replace x by what? By 3. So you take x and replace it by what? By 3. So let's do this. This square plus 3 times. I like to do this first, so it makes it easy for me, right? So I'm going to replace this by what? By 3. 3 square how much?
9.
Okay, times what? 2. 3 times 3 minus 1. This give you what? 26. That's your final answer. Easy? Yes? Move on. I'm going to replace x by what? 5a. So I'm going to just write it here. So it's going to be 5a equal 2 squared plus 3 minus 1. Change the color. So I'm going to put 5a, right? 5 square, how much? 25. A square, right? 2 times 25? 50. A square. 3 times 5? Minus 1. So that's your final answer. There is no like terms. Clear? Function f is defined by the following what? Table. So where is y? Where is y? This one is y. Now he said f of 2. So how much is x here? 2. Where is 2 here? This one is 2, right? So how much is y? So your answer is what? Easy as easy? If I say f of 4, f of 0, f of negative 2, you got this? What if I say the opposite? If I say the answer is 3, how much is x? Minus 4, correct. So then x equal minus 4. You get this? I did the opposite. Okay, the opposite is here. What will be the answer? How much is x?
0.
0, correct. Why? Because this is y, or f of x.
Yeah.
And it's equal to what?
0.
To 0. Wow, it's your turn now. Please do this inside your booklet. Yalla, you have 5